Hey guys, welcome back to another video. In this video I'm going to fully focus on the Nachodka airbase. Hopefully I'll be able to finally destroy the SA-10. Basically this SA-10 already shot down 4 F-16s. It's just what I've seen on my own eyes. So maybe even more allied aircrafts. For this mission I'm carrying the 2 external fuel tanks, just because it's quite far away. Then of course 2 arms for the radar itself, 4 AMRAAMs C4s, and the EZM pod at the center line hard point. So hopefully this loadout will be okay. I basically changed the centerline fuel tank for this EZM pod. So far I was quite okay with the fuel, so I'm rather going to fly with the EZM pod than with the fuel tank. So hopefully this will be okay for me. Weather is quite good, so hopefully this will be okay as well. So let's taxi all the way to this line in front of the runway. And of course we are like 2 F-16, so the same loadout goes for my wingman as well. Okay, let's ask about the permission to enter the runway. Okay, Snake 1-1, copy. Or did hit? Wait a moment. Or maybe it's too late. Okay, let's go for the takeoff. He said like hold short, which means that something's going to land. Probably he won't give me any permission whatsoever now. Okay, he should be behind me, so it's like two ship formation takeoff, so let's go for the takeoff.
Altitude.
Airborne. Canteen 2-1, Snake 1-2, Jeongju departure. Resume on navigation. Snake 1-1, Jeongju departure. Resume on navigation. Hornet 2-1, engaging. A-19 going 300, 180 miles, 25,000.
Warning.
Okay. That's the number 2. It's going to join me very soon. Okay, let's climb more. Definitely, I would need quite high altitude in order to make like this flight a little bit economic. It's quite far away, the target, so I really need to be as fuel efficient as possible, if I may say so. So let's set up the aircraft itself for the mission. I'm going to start with the fuel, of course. That's the that's the most important part here. So let's switch this knob to the external wing, so it will show me the external wing capacity. I can see it here. And the external fuel transport, I can switch either the normal or the wing first, just because I'm carrying only wings. External fuel tanks, not necessary to do anything with this. I'm not using the centerline external fuel tank, so I'm gonna leave it on the normal value. Let's change the bingo warning for 7100. That should be when the external fuel tanks will be empty. Okay, harm page set. Let's continue with the AMRAAMs set as well. Let's switch off the lights. So lights off. Program 4 for dispersing chaffs and flares selected. Master arm on. EZM on. So I'm ready. Let's check the situation around me.
Snake 1-1. Request vector to threat. Snake 1, Chalice 1. Things are quiet right now.
Okay. Let's tell my wingman to switch EZM pod as well.
Snake 1-2. Music on. 2. Music on.
Okay, music on. Let's rejoin me.
1-2. Rejoin formation. Snake 1-2. On my way.
Okay. And I can fly really rapidly.
Chalice 4, be advised, enemy aircraft launch activity detected. Bullseye 265, 120 miles.
Okay, almost 400 knots. That's really like great. I wouldn't expect such speed at this altitude. Not with the fuel tanks, but as you can see, almost 390 in 25,000 feet, which is really great. Okay, I can see two F-18s in front of me. And again, there is still active SA-5 over the Nachodka airbase. I can't destroy it just because the radar is well hidden inside the building, but there is one SA-10, so I hope I'll be able to destroy this SA-10 today. That's the mission. That's the target of this mission. Once the SA-10 is destroyed, I can fly there with another flight and destroy the Nachodka airbase. So the second mission has the dependency on the success of this mission. Basically, I can't fly there without destroying the SA-10. It's too dangerous for me, so I need to destroy it. So 26,000 feet, slightly slower. I'm still climbing, but it's almost stable. Maybe let's level up a little bit so I can still accelerate. Current fuel consumption is 5,500, which is great. And I'm approaching the target area already, slowly but steadily. Wait a moment, there is
Bullseye 055, 220 miles.
AVAX. Okay, number 1.
Chalice 1, Snake 1-1. Request vector to threat.
So I have no information about the threat. I'm too far away from the AVAX. Current fuel state is 7,500, so I'm running slowly I'm slowly running out of fuel in the external fuel tanks. As you can see, the SA-10 is still off. And it's really interesting. Maybe I should fly from the other direction. Now the SA-5 is already on. I'm inside the circle, so let's turn a little bit. I don't want to fly too much into the SA-5. It's a pretty old system with a quite huge missile, but still capable of shooting down the F-16, so I don't want to risk that much. My mission is not this SA-5, my mission is the SA-10, which is still off. So I'm gonna fly from the other direction, which seems to be closer to the... Basically the SA-10 should be exactly where my steer point 5 is currently. Is the target. There should be the 1st Air Battalion or Anti-Air Battalion, which is the Russian SA-10. It's somewhere in the fog in the distance protecting this Nachodka airbase. And basically the radar is already in the Nachodka airbase, so it's behind the fence inside the perimeter of the Nachodka. So hopefully I'll be successful this time. It seems that the SA-5 is well known about us, so it does know that we are here, but seems like it's unable to track and lock us just because of this EZM pod. It's offering me slightly protection from this SA-5, but the closer I fly to the radar, the easier for the radar will be to burn through my EZM and lock me. So far so good. I'm keeping myself at a quite good distance. I'm still like 45 miles probably away from the SA-5 radar, so it seems that it has a kind of problem to get proper firing cues on these two F-16s. Okay, Wingman is following me, but it's keeping himself quite far away, but doesn't matter. I will turn into the SA-10 very soon. I'd like to fly slightly outside this SA-5 circle now, then turn left into the steer point 5, and hopefully they will switch on the SA-10. I just need a very short impulse from that SA-10, and the HTS bot, or the harm targeting system bot, will basically remember the SA-10 position and will send, if I send the harm into that onto that radar, it will precisely hit the exact position or the last known position of the radar. The HTS bot is put onto this air intake, so you can see it on the right side of the air intake. And that's this thing is basically responsible for locking, remembering, and also identifying the radar sources which are illuminating you. So 7,100 pounds of fuel. I'm going to drop my external fuel tanks just to make me slightly lighter, just to reduce my drag. Okay, so fuel tanks jettisoned. Okay, let's return back to the HSD screen and let's reset the bingo for 3,500. It's like the last possibility when I need to turn back home and fly home. Okay, so far so good. We are still keeping fine. Now my aircraft is much lighter, so let's turn into this SA-10 slowly. Maybe I'm going to reduce the altitude in 20,000 feet just to be in more denser air, so my aircraft will be more responsive to the flight controls. So let's turn slowly. Okay, SA-5, just fire it. Let's go defensive. I wasn't expecting SA-5 to be active already. There is the smoke trail coming from the missile in the distance, like very far away. The missile itself is as big as my F-16. I need to brake a little bit, otherwise I'm too fast. Okay, he lost the track. Let's turn back. Okay, I can see a target, an unknown contact flying at 30,000 feet just behind the airfield. This might be Su-27 or it might be some kind of transport aircraft. I don't know yet. And it's flying towards the airfield, so... Okay, no declare. No answer. You can hear that aerodynamic noise coming from the aircraft. That's because I'm still in the Cat 3. I'm carrying the air-to-ground weapons still. Okay, I'm way too close. I wonder when they are gonna shoot this, switch on and shoot the SA-10. So far, no sign of it, but okay, SA-5 again. So let's go down below. Okay, the missile is still able to see me.
Altitude, 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 altitude.
Okay, I need to take some more drastic evasive action. Okay, now it's
altitude,
gone.
altitude, altitude.
It was still keeping me locked. I wonder what's going on with this SA-10. I have no information about the radar so far. The radar is still off. Now it's on.
Magnum.
Chaff flare.
Okay, Magnum is off. I need to fly away. I'm pretty sure that there is a missile already in the air.
Altitude. Altitude.
So let's fly away.
Altitude. 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 Altitude.
Yes, there is.
Altitude. Altitude.
And I was lucky. Okay, it didn't hit me. And it seems that this harm is not going for the radar. No. No, it's not. Or maybe it's very slow. No, it's not. The radar is somewhere, it's down below. So I need to fly back once again. I don't want to go there and use my cannon onto this radar. I know exactly where it is, but apparently it's not enough.
Snake 1-2.
I'm going to ask my wingman to attack it as well. Don't need to be a hero alone.
Wilco.
Okay, SA-10 still there. Let's fly away for a little short time. Or a little bit. I don't want to be
Altitude.
overly aggressive. Okay, let's check the wingman, what he's doing. He's climbing a lot, and I don't think this is a correct idea. In the distance you can see the Nachodka airbase, just left from his cockpit. He's climbing into like 20,000 feet. He's risking too much. Okay, let's turn back. I'm going to fire my harm as soon as the SA-10 will be in the air. Okay, SA-5, fire it at me. Okay. Lost the track. It's very easy for to defeat the SA-5. Basically, when it's lost the track, it's the missile goes stupid. It needs like non-stop navigation, non-stop guidance from the homing radar. Okay, SA-10 active. Still active. I don't have the spike, but I'm going to fire my harm anyway. Okay, let's fly there. I'm going for the cannon now. I've decided to do so. Okay, number 2 fired as well.
Pull up. Pull up.
So maybe it's not necessary to risk that much.
Altitude. 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 Altitude.
Oh, there is a missile in the air. I can see it.
Altitude. Altitude.
I don't think it's going for me, but maybe it is.
Pull up. Pull up. Chaff flare.
Okay, it crashed somewhere into the hill.
Altitude. Altitude.
Wow, that was close.
Pull up. Pull up.
Another missile launch.
Pull up. Pull up. Pull up. Pull altitude. Altitude. Altitude.
And it's going for me.
Altitude. Altitude. Chaff flare.
Okay, defeated. I don't like this dancing with missiles. Okay. The radar should be here on the left side. Maybe it's already destroyed. Yes, I don't see the radar.
Snake 1-2, valid launch
Shaft
northwest.
flare, low.
Okay,
Altitude,
no radar here.
Altitude.
Snake
Shaft flare,
1-2, valid launch west.
Let's fly away.
altitude.
So there is no SA-10
Shaft flare,
here anymore. Just the AAA. So I can freely climb away and fly away. Basically, this SA-5 is the only risk here. I saw an IL. You know what? This is definitely the IL-76.
1, Mad Dog.
Why not to shoot it down, right? A hit. Okay, it crashed. So they are one IL-76 short. And I wonder which harm did destroy this SA-10. We'll see in the debriefing screen. Okay, let's fly back home. I've used too much fuel here, so let's climb a little bit. We are still inside the SA-5, so I don't have to climb too much, maybe. Phew, I was really happy that I was able to outmaneuver this SA-10 missile. Okay, it's 400 miles back to the home base. Let's climb slowly. Maybe it's time for my wingman to drop his or to jettison his stores.
Snake 1-2, stores. 2, roger.
Just to save some fuel. I'm gonna drop these hard points as well. Okay. SA-5 still active, slightly behind us already. I'm afraid it will shoot at us at least once. The higher we fly, the easier for it will be to lock onto us and shoot us down. And we are well inside the SA-5 circle. There is this flight controls fault, just because I was over-G'ing the aircraft, so maybe some damage was inflicted to my flight controls. I was still maneuvering with one arm under my wing, so that's the reason. Hopefully it will be okay. Okay, we are slowly moving towards the end of the circle, the SA-5 circle, so hopefully this will be okay. We are already in 20,000 feet, so very easy target for this SA-5 if it decides to fire onto us, but hopefully they run out of missiles, or I don't know. So far so good. But the best thing is that this Nachodka is without the SA-10 protection now, and I can plan my OCA strike against this, so that's really great. OCA means like offensive counter-air, basically, to destroy the runway, destroy the airfield, so the aircraft won't be able to take off from that airfield. Okay, let's level up. I'm already in 26,000 feet almost. So let's level up. Let my F-16 to accelerate. I'd like to be somewhere at 430 knots. I think it's possible for this aircraft with such payload to achieve such speeds. So let's go for it. Okay, the more we are moving out of the circle, the less probability is that this SA-5 will launch a missile onto us. So we might be safe already. I can imagine that it would already shoot at us. Like 2 targets in flying in 25,000 feet are really like really nice target, but maybe it's still struggling with this ECM pod under our belly. So maybe that's why it is like unable to fire onto us. Whew, I was I was really nervous about the SA-10. Now when it is destroyed, it's like really it's a good feeling for me, if I may say so. I feel really great that this SA-10 is out of game and finally I can destroy this Nachodka. So that's really awesome, and I like it. Okay, maybe it's time to use the time acceleration. Okay, SA-5 is a past, so we are out of the circle. Now let's just try to reach the home plate. If the fuel will be the biggest enemy for us today, but if I make a quick calculation, basically my current consumption is let's say 5,500 or 400. That's my current fuel consumption. My fuel amount is almost 3,000, and I should be there in half an hour over the 0.8. So I will burn like 2,700, let's say it, or maybe 800. So 2,800 pounds on fuel I will burn just to reach this home base, my base. And I'm carrying like 2,900. So that's why I'm feeling a little bit stretched, just because it's not that easy. So maybe I'm gonna climb a little bit more just to reduce the fuel consumption. Maybe the 30,000 will be much better for me. So let's climb a little bit. Okay, that will do it definitely. I can see my fuel consumption is going down. I will make another fuel calculation once I'm over the coast. I just need to make sure that some airfields are below me. Okay, let's check the situation with the AVAX.
Chalice 1, Snake 1-1. Request vector to threat. Snake 1, Chalice 1. Things are quiet right now.
Okay. I'm still like 200 miles away from the airfield. I'll be there in, let's say, 20 minutes. So I need 20 minutes. With such fuel consumption, like 20 minutes, I would need 1/3 of this fuel flow, which means that I will need like 1,300, let's say like this. 1,300 pounds of fuel will be burned until I reach this 0.8, and I'm carrying 2,100, so still like slightly over the 1,300. So it will be neck and neck, but I might be able to reach the home base. Or if necessary, I can divert to some alternate airfield, and maybe I will do so just for, or maybe I'm going for the emergency landing. No, I'm going to the home plate, but going for the emergency landing. Definitely no need to be a hero here. I'm worried why my bingo warning is not working. It should be already on. 2,000. I'm below it already. Because what? Okay, I'm going to change like a glider. I'm already over the airfield. Wait a moment, I'm here. So still 1,000 pounds of fuel inside my fuel tank. Let's go for the declaring an emergency.
Snake 1-1, declaring an emergency.
And I need to
Snake 1-1, Jeongju approach. You're cleared for immediate landing. Runway
descend
16
more
left. Emergency
steeper.
equipment will be standing by. Snake 1-2, inbound for landing.
Okay, 1-2 is going for normal landing. That's great.
Snake 1-2, orbit the spacing. Descend to 3,000.
Altitude, altitude.
Okay, air brakes on, just to slow me down a little bit.
Good afternoon, Snake 1-1, Jeongju Tower, clear for landing. Runway 16 left. Check gear down.
Okay, I'm still quite fast for lowering my landing gear, so let's make like so. Okay, landing gear is down. I'm worried about the fuel. There is like no bingo warning, nothing like that, so very interesting. Okay, so we are back home.
Snake 1-2, descend to 2,000. Maintain 250 knots. Turn right heading 215. Vectors to final. Runway 16.
1,000 pounds of fuel still inside my fuel tanks. No fuel warning whatsoever. Very interesting stuff. Okay, let's turn left. Let's exit this runway. And let's consider this as a perfect and nice mission. I like it. Finally the
Snake 1-2, perform landing check.
SA-10 is down. I was waiting for this like for 3 videos already. It's really hard to beat. It seems like that this radar is hard to hit with the harm, just because they are switching it on for just a short time. It's not switched on all the time like the SA-5, but just for a short period of time they switch it off again. Maybe it has also some, I don't know, some electronic countermeasures just to fool the missile. Might be, really. The electronic warfare is like regular, typical thing in basically everything today.
Snake 1-2, turn left to final approach course 160. Slow to approach speed.
So, there you are. Mission is done. Let's see the debriefing screen. Oh, I got promoted. There you are, Lieutenant Colonel promoted. So very nice. As you can see here, I'm still the major or mayor. And here is already promotion to the Lieutenant Colonel. So that's really great news. I like it. And that's because I was able to destroy the radar. I can see that air-to-ground kill 1 for me, air-to-air also 1 for me. It was this IL-76. I fire it and Mad Dog Amram onto it. So SA-5, SA-5, SN-10, SA-5, SA-10, another flap plate destroyed by Iceman. Okay, that was the radar of the SA-10. It's called flap plate. The SA-5 name is the Barlock, so the flap plate is the SA-10. SA-14 launched at me. It was protecting the. It's the manpad protecting the airfield. If you are keeping yourself quite fast, they are unlikely to hit you. But if you are flying under, let's say, under 500 knots, you are very easy target for these SA-7, SA-16s, SA-14, sorry. Then I was able to shut down this Soviet IL-76M. So that's really great performance. I like it. Finally a great result for me. And I'm the Lieutenant Colonel. So if I check my logbook, there is a new symbol for me. I'm really happy. Okay, for my original Iceman single missions, just when I'm going to talk about the logbooks, basically I started with this Iceman logbook. It was commissioned on the 12th July 2007 when I created this logbook. For me, I flew like 316 flight hours, but my deaths were quite high. So that's why I've decided to create a new logbook and try to be like, and you can see I'm the Lieutenant Colonel here as well. So it was almost the same like today. Let me check the flight hours. Okay, it's 130 flight hours, but just 9 deaths. So I was really like creating a new profile for me. I started with this one on 2007 year when I started flying the Elite Force, Falcon Elite Force, and it was like 37 deaths for me. So I said, okay, that's too much. It's like 1 death per 10 flight hours. So I've decided to change it. I've created this, let's say, single player, and it's like 650 flight hours with only the 29 deaths. So definitely even lower, like not almost, definitely double the flight hours, but still lower death rate with this profile. And I was able to achieve like the colonel, which is the highest rank in this in the Elite Force. So I'm colonel here. That's my single player profile. And just because I made it like 2 years later, as you can see, on the 28th of September 2009, it was commissioned. And then when I was starting my YouTube channel, I've created a new on 11th of June 2024, and I've created a new profile for me. So that's like 9 kills so far. Just all of them are basically in this video. So all of these deaths are in the video. So all the flights are in the videos. So basically you can see all the 130 flight hours already in my videos. And if I count my flight hours together, like 300, 600, it's already 1,000 flight hours, over like 1,100 flight hours in the in the Falcon Elite Force. Okay. But that's enough. Now the Nachodka airbase is out of protection, so let's make another, check, it's like 155th fighter squadron, so let's make an OCA strike, 2 aircrafts, 155th. Okay, there you are. So there's the OCA strike. I'm going to check the okay, let's fly like so. Probably not necessary to carry this this fuel tank. I'm going to replace if with the EZM pod definitely. I think the fuel will be enough for the OCA strike, so I don't need to take like more fuel with me. Let's save it here. Let's call this an episode. Guys, thank you for watching. I really appreciate all your comments. I love them basically. I love them. I like to go through them, answer to them. Some of them, I will be honest with you, some of them are too hard for me to understand just because I'm not the native speaker. And especially the comments about the IL2. Some of you, some of my beautiful subscribers, I don't want to mention Glenn, for example, is giving me like good hints. Definitely, he is giving me good hints. I would say it like so, but it's hard for me to understand what exactly is he meaning sometimes. But it's not like his fault. It's basically my fault because I'm not that inside of this, and also my English is not as high as I would I would like to. So maybe that's like two reasons. But definitely he is giving me good advices. That's the first point, and I like to go through them, to try them. Sometimes it lasts like 2 or 3 videos just to test it out, like how just to understand what he meant and how to set it up. But usually when I switch my thinking, when I switch to like when I basically follow his advice, it's much easier for me and it's paying me. So that's also great. So I'd like to thank you for also such complicated hints. I really appreciate also this. Sometimes it's like I just wanted to say that sometimes it's harder for me to understand them, but I really do appreciate them. So please write the comments. If you liked my videos, please hit the like button, hit the subscribe button. It will cost you basically nothing, and it will mean a lot for me. I always welcome new subscribers. It's very nice for me to bring some fun. And if these videos are helping to someone, like for example, if someone is thinking about starting, I don't know, the IL2 or the Falcon, and you need some advice for me, especially about the Falcon, I'm always glad to help you. I'm here to help you. So just write me a comment, write me an email, and I will be more than happy to help you, definitely. So that's my suggestion, my opinion, my view basically of this. So guys, that's all for today. Thank you for watching. As always, have fun, take care, and bye.